Go, and things are very different this year. Obviously, Newcastle, they finished first in Group A with a 7-1 mark, as the Bears struggling a little bit throughout this season. They finished fourth in Group B, 4-4, and that's why this game, this rematch, is happening. They played each other twice last year in the quarterfinals, like I mentioned, and this will be the third time that these two teams are going up against each other. Newcastle obviously wanting revenge from what happened last year. They have been the most consistent team throughout this ENBL season. That being said, they're on a little bit of a losing streak in the British Basketball League. 0-3 this month, I guess you could say. They had a good month of January, and well, most recently they lost to the London Lions. And I talked about the Bears. They've obviously dealt a little bit with injury. Obviously, we're going to see normally Skylar Boland, he plays tonight. He was out for a couple months for them, as well as a couple other players have missed some time. And, you know, they finished, well, like I said, they're 4-4 in Group B, so they have 4 losses in the ENBL in group phase, and currently sitting at 16-6. I believe they're fourth in their respective domestic leagues. So a little bit of, let's say, injury pains has, I think, affected a team that had a good season last year. Obviously, they hosted the trophy. I was there. You guys were tuning in. It was a great game. It was fun to watch. But you know what? This game right now is going back to a year ago when these two teams played, and obviously the Bakken Bears beating them out. And well, this is the first of 2 quarterfinal games that these two teams will play against each other. They're playing today, obviously, and they will play again next week. I believe it's the 18th. And well, it's a score, an aggregate score. So the team that's in the 2 games will be moving on to the semifinals. And that's going to be against the team, Diki Warsaw, who had a great home win last week, was it? Yeah, I was there as well. And they will play in the semifinals, but it's the road to the Final Four right now. Who can get either a road win for Newcastle Eagles, get to go home next week because you are the higher ranked team in this series. Obviously, a win would be great because you know you're going to play at home. That's obviously a big advantage. Or a loss by not a lot. And, well, can the Bears figure it out? And, you know, we can go back. We can look at statistics throughout the course of this season. But I think statistics, obviously you rely on some players. You rely on your starters. You rely on your go-to players. You know, I think King has been absolutely superb this year for the Bears. We can go ahead and we can look at someone like Allen Ikens, Deshaun Allen Ikens, number 25 for Newcastle. You expect those players to step up. I think Mike Okaru has had a great season for Newcastle as well. But, you know, statistics from the regular season, in my opinion, go absolutely out the window during the playoffs because you need more than your go-to scorers to step up and have a big game, and everyone needs to contribute. And I really believe that tonight we're going to see not unknown players, but players who, you know, maybe have played their role. There's going to be a big focus on the higher scorers, like I said, and other people need to step up if you want to get a win as well. The home team coming in to the sounds, the cheers of the spectators here in Denmark for this game. Quarterfinals, if you are just tuning in, the first of 2 quarterfinals between these 2 teams. Bakken Bears going up against the Newcastle Eagles. Oh, people are hyped in the gym tonight. Love it. Absolutely love it. This game obviously means a lot to both these two teams. Win or lose, you have another game next week to try and get it back. But it's so important to feel good at the end of this game and put yourselves in a really, really good situation for the second quarterfinal game. As season coming to an end here, we got the Final Four coming up in a few weeks. Right now, who is going to be playing in that? Who's going to be making the semifinals? Well, we already know some teams who have had a nice win in the quarterfinals, but you never know what that second leg of the quarterfinals is really going to be like. As you like to have a little bit of a cushion, but sometimes that doesn't necessarily work out for the best either, as we have seen in the past in this league. And we are roughly 3 minutes away from tip-off, folks. Bakken Bears from Denmark going up against the Newcastle Eagles from the UK. And, I'm going to have a big focus on Terrence Hargrove Jr. 16 points a game for him. Obviously, Skylar Boland, I mentioned, he was out for a couple months with an injury. And, there are tonight's referees. The third team on the floor, Sturla Sand from Norway. We have Skermentis Litukas from Denmark and Gavin Williams from Great Britain will be the third team and tonight's officials. So congratulations to those three fine referees who get an opportunity to, obviously they've been refereeing throughout this season in the ENBL, and also get an opportunity to call a quarterfinal game. Well, there it is, Newcastle. Not a big surprise who they're going with. Trey Pulliam, Joshua Ward-Hibbert, Seneca Knight, Darius Defoe, and Alan Aikens, who I mentioned is a player that we need to watch. That's going to be the starting five for Coach Mark Strutel, who has been with the Newcastle Eagles for a little while. And, sometimes losing streaks can carry over, and sometimes all you need is just a good win and especially a good win on the road to kind of get the team's confidence back. And that's what they're going to look to be doing here tonight. They did finish first in their group. They're clearly, in my opinion, from watching the ENBL this season, they are, the top team, if not one of the top teams in this season as well. They're the Bears starting lineup. Jukic, Berg, King, Hargrove Jr., and Polakovic are going to be getting the start for Coach Anders Sommer. And, I think King has had an absolutely stellar season. Talk about almost a double-double, basically a double-double. Let's be honest, 17 points, 9 rebounds for Urald King. And he's going to have a big games if the Bears want to come up with I would say it's an upset. If they can beat Newcastle, but they're playing at home, and this is why we play sports, right, folks? Because upsets happen all the time. Obviously, Polakovic, nice little season for him, 11.5 points as well. I think Tyson Tucker has been excellent since he arrived with this team in February. Almost, I don't want to say a triple-double, but 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Not much more you can really ask of a player, as there is head coach Andrew Sommer. Andrew Sommer, who obviously has been there for a few years as well and hoisted the trophy last year, knows this competition, knows this team, and, obviously a few losses in the ENBL and also in the domestic league, but you're playing at home in a quarterfinals. You have players who played on that team last year who hoisted the ENBL trophy, and are they going to be able to do that, bounce back, get on a little bit of a winning streak here tonight? We will find out very soon. As moments away here, quarterfinal action. And good afternoon and welcome. Bakken Bears playing at home against the Newcastle Eagles. It is the first game of two in this year's quarterfinal. This is this year's, folks, 2024-2025, because these two teams played each other in the 2023-2024 quarterfinals as well. And how about that little spin move to get a nice quick basket for the home team. And nice footwork in the post there by the big man. Alan Aikens now trying to get something going. He gives it up. That shot well short by Ward Hibbert. So ball back to the Bears. Bears against the Eagles, quarterfinals. Play again next week, March 18th as well. And pick and pop action. Nice little floater. And Molakovic making himself known early in this game. Someone needs to come and stop me. If not, I'm just going to keep shooting. The Eagles now. Ward Hibbert trying to get something going. Gets inside the key. Kicks it out. Gotta let that shot go. His shot clock was winding down. That was Defoe's shot off the mark. Again, pick and roll action. Why not? This time finds the shooter. That one in and out. And it's a fight for the rebound. Offense comes up with it. And that shot was blocked. The referee says no. It's going to be a turnover. So ball back to the Eagles. And nice looking shot. Great shot, really. Other than going in, not much more that ball could have done. Almost halfway down the cylinder. And travel call. As referee stops the clock. I am not sure if it's a shot clock situation or the game clock that he wants to take a quick look at. And Coach Stutel so I think it's a little bit either game clock, shot clock, not working like it should. So it's going to stay Eagles ball, though. Knight. Little jump shot. As he has the first 2 points for his team here today, and unforced turnover there by the Bears. So a little bit of I won't call it full court aggressive defense, but obviously Newcastle picking up, and just a miscommunication, easy turnover, not exactly what you want to see. Obviously, if you were Coach Summer from Bakken Bears, give the ball right back to the Eagles after they made a basket. And Knight now goes inside, spin move, baseline. That shot well off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Shot clock not reset. Doesn't need to be, though. This time, though, I'm pretty sure they're going to let it play. And, well, 2 offensive rebounds leads to a 3-point bucket there by Seneca Knight. As good job on the glass. And how about the response, though, by Hargrove Jr. Mentioned it, 16 points a game. What I love about this Bakken Bears team, and it was the same that I saw last year as well, especially in the Final Four and them hosting the trophy. This team is so good at creating and penetrating and passing and finding the scorers when they do. I mean, they almost average, I think they average 20, 21 assists a game, if I am not mistaken. So obviously a really good team. And another little spin move there inside the key, that time by Jukic. So both teams now finding their rhythm offensively. 9-7 for the home team, the team in black. Little shake and bake. Allen Aikens gets all the way, no good. And opportunity, they have numbers. Baseline penetration, skip pass. Gets all the way to the paint, little floaters, no good. And now Newcastle, same opportunity on the other end. Oh, nice pass back. And that shot, back iron though. Hargrove Jr. all the way to the basket. Nice job then there by Terrence Hargrove Jr. Not settling for the three-point basket. Obviously he can shoot threes, but I like how he tacked the closeout and got to the heart of the key and lays it up easily. And corner, three-point shot, back iron. Good shot though by Ward Hibbert. Those are the kind of people you want shooting later in a possession, especially if they are open. Hargrove Jr. gives it back up. Step through. No. Oh, what a shot fake. That one. Fortunately, kisses the rim, so no good. Nice unselfish basketball here by the Eagles, but that shot off the mark as well. And hustle play on the defensive end though is Allen Aikens. He gives it up. And there, kind of want your big man to just make a spin move, something aggressive towards the basket. Kicks it out though. Pulliam gives it up. And that's going to be a foul. Jukic is called for that. I think he's going to come out. We saw his substitution waiting to come in. Yep, well, Skylar Bolin, I mentioned he missed roughly 2 months. I think he played on the weekend for them, though, in the domestic league. So great to see him back. Obviously, one of the better point guards. I would say one of the top point guards in this ENBLeague. Almost 10 points a game, 6 assists, so they definitely were missing him for a little bit. As that shot, no good. Great offensive rebound and an easy putback, though, by James. And Sylvester Berg getting things going for himself. A nice little up and under, takes the contact, is able to make the basket, and earns himself a well-deserved trip to the free throw line as well. So Christian James, 4 last points here for the Eagles. Make that 5 consecutive points for Christian James. Averages 10 points a game, so he's already halfway towards his average, and we are still in the first quarter, And another turnover, though. The opportunity to run, and run is exactly what they do. That time, no good, though. So Bears got lucky on that last trip down. Shooters shoot, folks. Bolin's shot, no good. Offensive rebound, though. And, well, no one really put a body on him. Is King able to just go up and score underneath the basket after that offensive rebound? So Earl King mentioned it. We need to keep an eye on that man. Almost a double-double. As well, he got an offensive rebound on that possession and 2 points. We have a timeout on the floor by Coach Stutel. as he clearly wants to talk about maybe a couple things defensively. Obviously, the score not really getting out of hand, but maybe he wants to change something up on the defensive end. Or offensively as well. It's like I mentioned, nothing crazy, a little bit of a lead, couple possessions, but well, there it is. One possession game, sorry. 15-12. And just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. And what a game. A game that we also kind of expected. I like this, though. How about Coach Sommer coming out in a zone here after that timeout by Newcastle to try and make them hesitate a little bit on offense. That's a tough contested shot. So nice defensive possession out of that timeout for the Bears. An extra pass wide open. Hargrove Jr. no good. Almost tipped the rebound in. But Newcastle able to come down with it. And this time stops and pops. The referee said it was a 2-point, but not able to hold on to the ball. So it is going to stay. White ball underneath the basket. Shot clock will be reset. And yeah, just not able to hold on to it was King. (15-12). 2.5 minutes remaining in the first. Little shake and bake here. Pulliam all the way to the basket. Bolin now wants to set something up. He wants a screen. Gets a screen. That's going to be a moving foul. So ball right back to Newcastle. So a couple turnovers here by the home team. 4 turnovers, I believe it is, already in this quarter. And that shot, it's nothing but the net. So Cole Long getting on the scoreboard as he checked into the game a few possessions ago, a few minutes ago. Nice defense. Oh, no, it's going to be called. I think it was the reach. It was pretty good defense there by James and just reaches almost at the end, but no worries because Newcastle, that's actually their first team foul compared to 3 for the Bears. So they have fouls to give here this last minute 47 in the first quarter before the Bakken Bears will be at the free throw line shooting bonus. Skylar Bolin now. Nice pass up top. That 3-point shot in and out. Second 3-point shot by the Bears that has really rattled halfway down and then popped back out. And, well, made one, so you're going to shoot the next one. That shot, though, a little bit too strong as it goes off the back iron. Jukic thought about it. Gets it back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And forces the drive. Good job on the help defense there. Shake and bake. Trey's buckets. No, that's on. No good. Going to be a rebounding foul. I believe he was shooting. No, they were saying he was shooting on that offensive rebound here. A little bit shake and bake. Trey got Trey's. That time, no good. And, oh, yeah, he tried to tip it in. I think that's a pretty good call by the referee. It's easy for you and I to say that watching. Well, I get to see the replays, the same replays that you guys do. And obviously, yeah. At first, I wasn't too sure he was shooting. And then when we get to see the slow-mo replay, a lot easier to see what the referee saw. That shot is good by Defoe. As the Eagles, after that timeout by Coach Mark Stutel, on a little bit of a run here. They were trailing by 2 or 3 when he called that timeout. And since then, the Bakken Bears have not scored a basket. And another turnover, 5th turnover. Oh, no. Unfortunately, just steps out of bounds, though, is Seneca Knight. So it's in the front court, though. Here he has it. And just can't keep his feet in bounds as well. So shot clock's at 14 because the ball was in the front court. Penetration kick. What a block. Great block. And had numbers. Oh, fancy little footwork there to get the defense to bite. It's James, and he goes all the way. So great run the last 2 minutes now for Newcastle Eagles. It's 15-21, and it's going to be a foul on a 3-point shot, though. Skylar Bolden, he's going to go to the free throw line to try and stop this run by Newcastle. And that's the first point in the last couple minutes here in this first quarter for the Bakken Bears. And make that 2-2. He's got another one because he was fouled on the 3-point line, though. 16-20, 17-21. Can he make it 18-21? Still one more possession on the other end, though, for Newcastle. Imagine they're going to use the majority of the game clock. As Bolin goes 3 of 3 from the free throw line, his first buckets of the game. And sure enough, using the clock, William gets a screen, skip pass, nice shot fake. Got his feet set, and what a way to end the first quarter. Christian James with a big-time 3-point bucket at the buzzer. And what a first half, 18-24. Basketball is a game of runs, folks, and that is exactly what we saw here in the first. And great contribution, really, by both teams. You know, 6 players, have already scored for the Bears, and the Eagles, 6 players as well. But right now, it is all number 0. Christian James getting to the basket, knocking down threes, averages 10 points a game. I believe he already has 10 points on 4 or 5 shooting, go along with 1 rebound. He is 1 of 2 from 3-point range and 3 of 3 from 2-point range. So a great start, a hot start for Christian James and the Eagles. And really everything changed after that timeout. They were only trailing by 2 or 3. It was 1 possession for sure, and picked up their defensive effort as we will take a little break to enjoy some commercials. 18-24 for the visitors, Newcastle Eagles. They finished top of Group A during the regular season. One loss. Finished the group play 7-1. Bakken Bears playing at home, trying to get a win here tonight. They're going to have to travel to Newcastle next week to play the second leg of this quarterfinals, 2024-25 season quarterfinals. These two teams played in the quarterfinals last year, and I said, is this possibly the revenge game for Newcastle? Well, they definitely made a statement in the first quarter as they're up 6, and the hot hand is staying hot, folks. Christian James is on fuego. Bolin called for the foul. I think it's going against Knight, who says, I don't know what you're talking about, but another three free throw attempts for Bolin. His 3 points in this game so far have come at the free throw line just before the end of the game, end of the first quarter, excuse me. He went 3 of 3 from the line and make that 4 of 4. So obviously Newcastle players know that you got to get out. He is a 3-point shooter, can easily come off screens, ready to shoot, so maybe a little bit too aggressive. Don't need to block the shot, just try and contest it. It's 5 of 5 from the stripe early for Bowlin. And make that 6 points for him, all from the charity stripe. Only player who's gone to the line in this game for the Bears. And that shot just hit from the behind, so Defoe now is going to go to the charity stripe on the other end. Not sure if you really need to foul that if you're the home team, as you know, I think I would rather have Darius Defoe shoot that sort of turnaround jumper from the free throw area than sending him to the free throw line. 21-28. We have second quarterfinal action, first game of 2 in this quarterfinals. We are playing here in Denmark. Bakken Bears taking on the visitors, Newcastle Eagles. As that 3-point shot hits the back of the iron, and I think it's going to be a rebounding foul, offensive rebounding foul. So it was a good little box out. Stood his ground. Is going to the bench is D'Amberville. Six turnovers for the Bakken Bears compared to 0 for Newcastle Eagles. Gives it up. That shot. Nice shot there by Long. And we have a timeout on the floor by Coach Andrew Sommer. And, well, kind of wants to stop this run. The only points that the Bears have had have come from the free throw line. They're not getting any. They started the game, had a lot of looks. I thought, great job inside the paint. Polakovic, they were attacking, they were being aggressive. And since then, really no openings. Got to give your hats off. Nice defense by the Eagles. But you're going to have to find a way to try and not settle for outside shots. And, you know, the pick and roll worked early till a team really takes it away, why go away from it? Well, let's see what they're going to do offensively out of this timeout, but more so, what are they going to do defensively? 31 points already. We have 8.5 minutes to play until halftime, and you really don't want Newcastle to start to feel too comfortable on the offensive end. So a little bit of full court pressure here. After the timeout, they fall back into a zone. 2-3 zone. Fallon, last 6 points for the Bears. Oh, great high-low, nice baseline cut, exactly what they needed. Sylvester cutting to the baseline. And you get the ball in the middle, in the heart of that zone defense, excuse me. Two players kind of go, a nice cut underneath the basket. And, well, it didn't score the basket, but obviously their success has come at the free throw line. 6 of 6 from the free throw line. All of those coming from Bowlin. And, well, that one, no good. Averages 10 points a game, 5 rebounds is that man. And both shots roll in and out, so not able to convert. First misses from the free throw line in this game. Here they are. They've fallen back into his own defense. And Defoe from the elbow. And no one there to close out. Nice little game for Defoe so far. Doing a little bit of everything. And, well, not sure if that pass was intended for the first cutter, but it doesn't matter as Polakovic is the recipient of that last pass. That one off the front iron. But again, sometimes a weakness of a zone is boxing out as Newcastle come up with the offensive rebound all the way to the basket. Finds Defoe on the baseline. No good. And that is going to be 2 points awarded to Ward Hibbert. Not sure it was intentional. Zero hesitation on the other end, though. And, well, they needed that by King coming up big like he has all season long. 17 points a game. He has been kind of quiet. Not a lot of looks, to be honest. A little shake and bake. Why not? My name is James, and how about that response by Christian James? And what a game he has had in this first half. And we're not even done the first half. Nice spin move. And I said, until they can take away your inside presence, I think you got to keep going to it if you were the Bears offensively. 28-38, it's a 10-point game. We have 6.5 minutes left until halftime. And, well, if that went in, he said someone needs to pour ice on that man to try and cool him off. And no good. Newcastle, nice head man. And no one coming to step up and get a stop. Long is going to go to the free throw line. Jukic, I think he might have asked for a substitution. Good job running the break. Nice unselfish play there by his teammates. Is not able to contribute, not able to make the basket, but he's going to go to the free throw line, and that ball rolls in and out, in and down. Make that 2-2 from the free throw line. They go inside. King kind of dribbles outside. That shot, front iron. Not sure it was the best shot they could have got in that possession. Yeah, a lot of standing around watching the ball on the offensive end by the Bears. And almost comes up with the steal. Does, actually. He's cutting the passing line, but I don't think he actually touched the ball. So defense now. It's going to have to be a big concern for the home team. They need to put a few stops together and come up with some offensive scores as well. And that time not able to convert. I think King thought he was fouled. Spin, baseline, a little bit of hang time, extra pass up top. And number 1 says, my number all night long. Nice unselfish basketball by Newcastle. Thought James could have shot that ball. Instead, he's Pullman open. 28-43. You do not want this score to get out of hand. There's still 4.5 minutes, and that no good. Neither the follow. And almost turn it over. They don't. And going to the free throw line is going to be King. King, first shot is good. And make that 1-2, but a big offensive rebound. Nice little put back there is Polakovic cleaning up his teammates' miss. And, well, that's what you need if you're the Bears. Baseline penetration leads to a pass on the baseline. That shot well short, though, by Ward Hibbert. Bears, can they put a couple stops together and a couple scores? They go inside. And Malkovich, nice game he is having. As Newcastle, they want to call a timeout. As the Bears have gone on a little bit of a run thanks to King and Polakovic here, second part of this second quarter. Still trailing, but they were down 12 points not too long ago. And cutting into that lead slowly but surely. Six turnovers for the Bears compared to only 1 for the Eagles. As well, Eagles 7-7 from the free throw line. 7-10 for the Bakken Bears. Really, for me, it's the unselfish and the contribution by so many players on the Newcastle Eagles. 7 players have scored. Already have Christian James, 15 points, 6 of 8 from the field to go along with 4 assists. In the ENBL season, James averaging 10 points a game. So he has come out wanting to make a statement, and that is exactly what he has done. We got 4 minutes. Oh, nice cut. Nice find. Unfortunately, not able to finish, but able to have his, it was there for his own pushback, is Sean Allen Ikens. Jukic gives it up. That shot, no good. There for another offensive rebound is none other than Polakovic, but I think he tried to pass it off instead of just going for the shot. Here misses. And, well, it's going to count, even if he didn't mean to necessarily tip it in. Last touch by him. Back up to a 12-point game. 33-45. Home team trailing. Home team in black. And Jukic says, wow. He's the one who grabbed my arm first. And easy 2-point bucket. Every time the Bears make a run, Newcastle find the answer as well, though. An easy bucket for King. Good penetration there by D'Amberville. And right now, easily the Bears are having more success scoring inside the paint, and I think that really needs to be a focus for them. Attacking closeouts. I talked about at the beginning of the game how unselfish this Bakken Bears team is. Almost 21 assists a game. They're so much fun to watch. You know that they're going to make the correct decision at the end of a penetration as well, and we've seen that the last few possessions down on offense. That shot, no good. He is human. He does miss, is Christian James. Has not missed a lot here tonight, though. Jukic just dribbles the ball off his foot, so another turnover. There's a little bit of frustration here by Darko Jukic. Defoe, extra pass to the corner. And Ward Hibbert steps out of bounds. Timeout. Obviously, both coaches get 2 timeouts in the first half, and if they don't use them, they actually lose them. Well, let's see what they're going to do out of this timeout. Couple substitutions. Bolin back into the game. Sharpshooter. We got 2 minutes. 12-point game. 35-47 before halftime. Jukic all the way to the basket. No good there for the offensive rebound is King, though. Mentioned it beginning of the game. He averages almost a double-double and has definitely gone to work on the offensive boards tonight for the Bears. That shot no good by James. King loses the ball on the way up. And it's going to be a reach-in foul, though. So back to a 10-point game. Nice aggressiveness by King, not settling for that outside shot. We know he can knock down three-point shots. That is not the question. Obviously, he's a lot more efficient around the basket, though. And make that 2 in a row at the stripe. So it is back down to single digits. We're minute 19, away from halftime. And exactly the kind of run oh, nice answer there. And exactly what they needed was Knight coming up big for them. And back up to a double-digit game. Jukic shot well short, but he was hit in the hand, though, by Alan Eichen. So he's going to go to the free throw line for 3 attempts. And no good on the first attempt. Still has 2 more attempts, though. As that shot's good. 1 more at the free throw line. Went 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. Game back down to 8. Pulliam trying to get something going for the Eagles. He does. Penetrates, step through, kicks it to the corner. And that 3-point shot touches nothing but net. Is Seneca Knight has the answer. And talk about a game back and forth. Nice little run by the Bears. Can they come up with a score to end the half? Baseline penetration, no good. There for the offensive putback, though, is Polakovic. And a great job on the offensive boards, especially in this second quarter, giving them second chance buckets. And that is what they need. They're going to have one last shot, though. Shot clock, game clock at 5, no good. And Jukic is going to chuck it. Well, it hit a lot of net. And unfortunately, it didn't go in, though. And, well, nice little run by the Bears to cut it into single digits at halftime. They're still trailing, though, after 20 minutes of play. And there you have it, 43-52. What a half by the Eagles. Scorching it is Christian James. And, well, not sure you can have a much better first half than that. He has 17 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 rebounds to go along with 4 assists as well. And big contribution late in that second quarter was Seneca Knight. He has 10 points, 4 of 5 from the field. And on the other end, I mentioned it, offensive rebounds really key for the Bakken Bears. They have 6, but they're also scoring on their offensive rebounds. And great first half by Jakub Polakovic. He has 12 points. King, 12 points to go along with 4 rebounds. 2 of those coming on the offensive end, and Polakovic 4 offensive rebounds as well. So really the inside players for the Bears doing exactly what they need to do to try and get their team back in it. I said turnovers a little bit more of a concern for the Bears compared to Newcastle. They have 8, as Newcastle only have 10 at half. So they've done a good job taking care of the ball. Well, we're going to let you enjoy some highlights from the first half, and we will take a little bit little bit of a break and be back for second half action. It's a 9-point game, folks. The home team, Bakken Bears, trailing the Newcastle Eagles 43-52 at half. Welcome back, basketball fans. It is halftime here in Denmark at the Sparkassen Denmark Basketball Center. Team trailing 43-52 to the visitors from Newcastle. Well, not a huge surprise if you have followed these two teams throughout the regular season. Newcastle Eagles finishing first in Group A. If you're just tuning in, they have a 7-1 mark during that period. As the Bakken Bears trailing 4-4, fourth in Group B, playing at home. This is the first of two quarterfinal games that these two teams are going to play. They're going to play on the 18th as well next week, and it will be the team that scores the most points in those two games that will be moving on to the semifinals. Obviously, I don't know who will be playing yet, as quarterfinal action is still going on around the ENBL in the next couple weeks. Started last week, and this week there are games, and obviously next week we will have more games as well. Coach Anders Summer wondering if he's going to change much here, as Jukic trying to get up some last-minute shots for his team. Missed one of those free throws late in that second quarter. And big performances, though, by the inside, King and Polakovic, 12 points respectively. And for me, they're doing the job offensively. Between the two, on the offensive rebound, between the two of them, they have all of the Bears' offensive rebounds, as we are moments away from second half action. Quarterfinals of the ENBL, European North Basketball League. Obviously, the Bears, reigning champs, hoisted the trophy last year. This year, are they going to be making a return to the Final Four? Well, making it a little bit difficult for themselves. Obviously, they're going to be in Newcastle next week, playing on the Eagles' home court. And really, a win here tonight is exactly what the Bears need. Or a loss in single digits. I think they still have a very, very good chance. But this Newcastle team, boy, do they have scores. Has a hot start for Mr. Christian James. 17 points, almost double his average. As the Bears, they're going to start with the ball. We have second half action, the first of two quarterfinals. Bakken Bears here in Denmark taking on the visitors, the Newcastle Eagles. And nice little action. They go inside, and good paint scoring by the Bears. It has really been their go-to, in my opinion. They're only 2 of 11 from three-point range, but they're shooting 66% from two-point range. So 45-52 penetration, deep penetration, no good. King there for the defensive rebound, As well, talked about it, almost averaged a double-double during the regular season. 17 points and 9 rebounds for Urald King. Number 20 as he drives. A little bit of hang time penetration, and he's going to go to the free throw line. As both players a little slow to get up, and that's not what you want to see. And well, King is up and Defoe is up, so that is a good sign. Oh, excuse me, sorry, it was Hargrove Jr. who had the nice little penetration, a little bit of a hang time, was able to draw the foul. And really, Darius Defoe, I think he was there. Problem is, he kind of moved his body before the contact happened. It was definitely outside of that semicircle, so the charge circle. 46-52. Nice little start to the third quarter for the Bears. 1 minute to play, already cutting into that lead. Hargrove Jr., nice contest. That's front rim, diving in for the offensive rebound. Kicks out to the three-point line. Both shots short on that offensive attempt. Excuse me, by the Eagles. And again, working inside is Jacob Polakovic. And what a game he is having. Already past his season average offensively. Turnaround fadeaway jump shot is off the mark. Not able to hold on to the ball is King though. So you're just going to go back to the Eagles underneath their own basket. Shot clock reset. Oh, they got another stop. Make that 3 stops in a row now. For the Bears. Kick it to the baseline. If this goes in, the crowd will go wild. It doesn't, though. Ward Hibbert brings it up. He gives it up. Ball reversal. Penetration is long. Long, nowhere to go. Good defense. Gives it up to Defoe. Defoe's probably going to have to put it up. He does. A little bit of a hang time as that shot. Nice little shooter's touch there. Friendly bounce by the big man. Hargrove Jr. gives it up. Penetration by Jukic. And it's going to be out of bounds. I think the shot clock is going to be reset, though, because they're going to say it was Newcastle had possession of the ball. And so, obviously, Coach Stutel arguing that his players didn't actually ever have the possession, so the shot clock should not be reset to 14. As he's talking to Terrence Hargrove Jr., who's not on his team, as referees are going to review this, which is the advantage that they have now with all of this newer technology. And hopefully we'll get to see what the referees see as well. Well, there we have it. So it's official review. And maybe needed if they have a different angle on the baseline. Let's see here. Shot clock at 10. Jukic penetrates. And they're saying Defoe was out of bounds. So was he already out of bounds when he caught the ball? No. So a good job there, obviously, by Coach Mark Studel to say, no, my player never had it. He was always out of bounds. So referees, though, able to review it. Shot clock will be at 8. And it is the Bears' ball in their front court. Jukic, that time is going to be called for the offensive foul, though, saying he pushed off. And Jukic saying, no, he held my arm. That's why I pushed off. So nice defensive effort there by the Newcastle Eagles. As well, can't complain too long because ball is in play. Defoe gives it back up to his point guard. Flow screen corner. Doesn't take the shot as Knight. That time long. He'll shoot it though. King there with another defensive board. Pretty sure he's going to have another double-double. As Jukic, zero hesitation. 51-54. It is a one-possession game for the first time in a long time. And here is the comeback by the Bakken Bears. And like always, a little bit of response from Trey, who gets buckets. Pulliam. And that shot, no good. Defoe there corrals the rebound around his teammates. And that's going to be a travel. Yeah, easy call right in front of the referee. Ward Hibbert picked up his pivot foot before the ball touched the ground on the dribble. Penetration kick. Side dribble, no one there. No help side as he hammers it home. Terrence Hargrove Jr. And he might have been called for a technical. No, excuse me. Not sure what he was called for. A foul. James gives it up. Trey, another little hesitation, gets all the way to the baseline. All the way to the key, sorry. Help side comes though. And out of bounds, so it's going to stay. Newcastle ball. Let's see. Whoa, watch this, folks. Oh, so I think they might have gave him an offensive foul. Yeah, Hargrove Jr., he picked up a foul running into Defoe. 1.5 seconds on the shot clock. They got to let it fly. They do. And that one well off the mark. Jukic wanting to set up the offense. He's already made 1 3. He's going to let it fly. No, he's not. Gives it up to Berg. Berg gets it back to him. Jukic. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on the dribble. So second team foul for the Eagles. We got 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It is a one-possession game, 53-56. Great start of this third quarter. And coaches talk about that all the time. First 5 minutes of the game and of the third quarter, how important they can be. And a nice little run. They have outscored Newcastle 10-4 to start this quarter. Jukic, penetration, and off the fingertips of Hargrove Jr., so ball back to Newcastle. (53-56). This is the first of 2 games that these 2 teams are going. Oh, and a turnover. Miscommunication. Hustle play. Picks it up. King gives it up. And great run. 55-56. It's a 1-point game. And we have a Newcastle Eagles timeout. Great start. They have outscored Newcastle 12-4 this quarter already. And I'm not sure what Coach Andrew Summer talked about, but whatever he did at halftime, his team has come out with a vengeance. Remember, these 2 teams played each other in last year's quarterfinals. The Bakken Bears, they got a road win in Newcastle, I believe it was, in the first game. And then had a nice little lead heading into the second quarterfinal game. Newcastle came out very, very strong in that game and unfortunately gave up their lead late in the game. And the game actually had to go to overtime. And the Eagles, they just did not have enough left in the tank. They ended up losing 188-179 aggregate. And Bears went all the way to the Final Four. And then from there, they obviously lifted the trophy. 2023-2024 ENBL champions. Are they going to make it back? Are they going to be able to defend their title? Well, the way they're playing right now in this quarter, absolutely. Penetration, block, and they come up with the defensive rebound. Milakovic there to pull it down. He gets it, he gives it back. Darko, Jukic goes inside. Milakovic, spin move, baseline, no good. Gets his rebound. It's an and one. For the first time in a long time, the Bakken Bears take the lead. 57-56. We got 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Well, you see the emotion. You see the fire. Jakub Milakovic. 11.5 points on average throughout the first 8 games of this ENBL season. But if you're just tuning in, I mentioned it. Doesn't matter what you average during the regular season. It is playoff time, baby. Someone needs to step up. And that's exactly what that man has done here tonight as he converts his three-point play. 18 points for him. 9 of 10 to go along with 9 rebounds. He is a rebound away from a double-double. And another block shot, and then reaching in. I think he was trying to draw the foul. I'm pretty sure that's going to go against James. So Berg there with the defensive rebound. Oh, defensive block. And then James called for the reach in. Well, make that 5 points. Darko Jukic. And, well, momentum has been all home team. A little bit of frustration almost from the Newcastle Eagles. They've only scored 4 points, outscored 17-4, and we still have over 3 minutes to play in this quarter. So great job defensively, but also coming alive offensively. That shot in and out. Darko gives it up. King, not sure if he's trying to find Bolin. Does, but gets it back. Oh, they're trying to find Jukic. And they do. Why not? He's feeling it, folks. Step back. No good. James comes down with a rebound. He's defended by Berg. James desperately trying to score. They have not scored in minutes, folks. And that time, it's going to be a foul. Berg able to tip that spin move away. Well, getting a little bit heated. No surprise, there's a lot on the line in this game. And Sylvester Berg, definitely a little bit of an instigator, I think. You gotta love the emotion, though. You gotta love the fight. Sometimes it takes more than just talent. And that is what we are seeing here, especially on the defensive end by this Bears team. Well, it was a foul. Ball on the baseline. Shot clock's at 14. They get it inbounded. Pulliam, he has it. He's going to do his little shake and bake, hesitation and go. That time a pull-up. Well, they've only scored 6 points, and they've needed all of their 6 points. Only trailing by 2. Had a 9-point lead at halftime. Bolin, penetration, nowhere to go. Finds King, though. King's shot, front of the rim. Newcastle come up with a couple stops in the row, and they desperately needed that. A little bit less movement offensively for this Newcastle team in this third quarter. A lot of standing around watching, players trying to create. They're going to have to put the shot up, and they do, but that's going to be a foul on the attempt, I believe. So Alan Ikens, I'm pretty sure, is going to go to the free throw line. Let's take a look at the replay here. Spin move. Oh yeah, easy call. Foul going against King. Oh no, sorry. It was a shot clock violation. Thought a foul was going to go against King. That shot, no good. (17-6) in this quarter for the home team. Defoe, that shot's no good. Out to the races. Oh, crossover, slams it home and celebrates deservingly is Terrence Hargrove Jr. And Newcastle, I believe, having to take, Coach Mark Studel having to take. Oh no, sorry, I thought he was going to take another timeout. Well, the slogan is ice in the veins, and every single player in a black jersey has definitely had ice in their veins this quarter especially, and going to have to stop the game because the floor is clearly wet, so they're going to have to clean that up before the game can resume. Defoe goes to the bench. Nice game he has had for Newcastle. Gets a little bit of a breather. He has 8 points, 5 rebounds. Perfect from the free throw line. Newcastle 7-7 in the first half from the free throw line, and they have not gone since. Well, everyone participating and trying to clean up the sweat from the floor to make sure that it is not slippery for the players. And I think we're good. We have under a minute to play. 11 minutes left in this game. And what a statement third quarter by the Bakken Bears. I said before the game started, in my opinion, from watching the ENBL this season, Newcastle Eagles are, if not one of the top teams this season. And good job getting the defender off his feet. And King is going to be called for the foul. So that times the trip to the free throw line for Alan Ikens. Look at this. Stays down. And easy call by the referee. Deshaun Alan Ikens. Nice little post move. And more importantly, he kept his balance and earns himself a trip to the line. I said it. 7-7 in the first half, and have not. These are their first free throw attempts of this quarter. And keep that hot shooting from the charity stripe for Newcastle alive. Make that 8-8 in the game. Just not getting there as much as they did in the first. And, well, 8-9 as a fight for the defensive rebound. No surprise. Make that a double-double for Jacob Polakovic here tonight. 62-59. There's about a 4 or 5 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Bears penetration. Bolin got caught in the air, gives it back. Plenty of time. And that time stripped. Oh no. Foul from the behind. I think it's going to go against Berg. So another opportunity from the free throw line. And Christian James is going to go to the charity stripe. Well, 8-9 from the free throw line. .8 seconds on the game clock. So they will have one more shot. Wouldn't be surprised. We see a little bit of a full court passer trying to slow down the ball. Don't want them to go coast to coast, obviously. Jukic passes it up, and that's no good. But it went out of bounds. 2.4 seconds left. Plenty of time to get a catch and shoot. You don't have to tip it in. We've seen crazier things in basketball. 2.4 seconds is actually a lot of time. Can even dribble almost. A couple of substitutions here defensively. Maybe want to have someone a little bit taller. The Seneca Knight is going to be on the inbounds player. Jukic all the way to the basket, and miscommunication there defensively. What a third quarter as the Bakken Bears, they were trailing by 9 at half. They now lead by 3, 64-61. We have 10 minutes left of basketball. And, well, if it continues like this, the Bakken Bears are going to feel good going into their game next week in Newcastle. Look at this. Not sure if they meant to switch or not switch, but Darko Jukic, wide open, easy finish. Nice second half for that man. As we'll take a quick look at the scores during this break. Well, Jacob Polakovic, 19 points, 9 of 10, almost perfect from this field. He is 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He has 5 offensive boards. He has 5 defensive boards. He has a double-double, 19 and 10 for that man. Oh, I talked about the stellar performance by Polakovic, but everyone doing it for the Bears in that third quarter. They outscored the Newcastle Eagles 21-9. How about Hargrove? He has 10 points. King has 12 points. Jukic has 13. They already have 4 players in double digits. And while I talked about it at the beginning of the game, I love the way that this Bakken Bears team are so unselfish and create for each other. 15 assists already for them. And we'll take a quick look at Newcastle Eagles before this fourth quarter starts. 10 points for Seneca Knight. And Defoe went to the bench. He has 8 and 5. Obviously, Christian James, he had the hot hand. He had 17 points at halftime, only scored 2 points in that third quarter. He has 19 points. So really trouble scoring for the Eagles. Scored 24 points in the first quarter, 28 points in the second, and only 9 in the third. So you got to give credit where credit is due, and that has a lot to do with the Bears defense in that third quarter. Can they continue to get stops. James, a little shake and bake. Oh, nice pass underneath. Excellent pass underneath to Alan Eikens. And that's going to be a foul going against the Eagles. Skylar Bowlin running the point for the Bears. He kicks it up. Jukic, had a nice little third quarter. Was definitely looking more aggressive, looking to score for his team, and it paid off. As Nathan lead. Oh, miscommunication. Easy 2-point bucket by Alan Eikens. Starting to get hot. He has 4 points already in this quarter. And that shot back iron. Maybe settling a little bit too much for outside shots. Their success has come inside the paint, really. If you're a Bears fan and you're just tuning in, well, they were down. And boy, did they have a statement third quarter. Doing it on the defensive end. Offensively, getting out and running. Another foul, trying to slow down the break, is the Eagles. 2 fouls already in the fourth. They don't want to get into foul trouble. Nice fight to the big man, rolling to the basket. Well, make it a 21-point game for the big man, Jakob Polakovic. Double his season average almost in the ENBL this season during the regular season. A little full court defense here. Good job moving his feet, and he's going to force a jump ball. So a great job defensively, EJ D'Amberville. It's been kind of quiet on the offensive end. But coaches are going to play you if you get your job done defensively. And another pick and roll action that time. Not able to make the basket because, well, he was fouled. And again, a little bit of frustration from the Eagles as Coach Studel wants to talk to his players. Think about how to defend the pick and roll. As Polakovic earning himself another trip to the free throw line. Had an and one in that third quarter, which is his first free throw attempts. And make him perfect from the charity stripe. 3 of 3 in this game. MVP of the game, in my opinion, Jakob Polakovic. Number 32, the big man for this team from Denmark. And that's going to be a reach-in holding foul. Newcastle trying to get something going offensively, and exactly what they needed. Nice little hang time reverse layup. Defoe cutting to the basket. But Jukic on the other end, no one stopping the ball until it's too late, really. James, quiet this second half. And that shot, Ward Hibbert, feet set, hits nothing but the bottom of the net. And game is tied, 70 apiece, 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Jukic, hot hand, more aggressive really. I don't want to say hot hand, he was definitely more aggressive, and it paid off for himself and his teammates, and that ball just stripped out of the hands of James. Bowden now. It's been tightly defended all game, and that was tipped, but a rebound and a foul on the rebound. So back to the free throw line is number 32, the big man, Jakub Polakovic. What a game he has had. He's played 27 minutes here tonight already. 23 points, 11 rebounds. Averages roughly 21 minutes a game during the regular season. 11 and a half points, 7 rebounds. He is doing it all. And twice as good, really, here tonight. As that shot, well, can't all be perfect all the time. As his first minute from the free throw line, he's 3 of 4. And that one rattles in. So 4 of 5. And just adding to his point tally. Turnover. And Newcastle, they really took care of the ball in the first half. And I believe they had 2 turnovers in the first half, and now they have 10. So 8 turnovers in the last 14 minutes for the Eagles. Shake and bake. Jukic finds Berg. Berg's 3-point shot. As you gotta love the energy from that man, especially here in the second half. He's doing it on the defensive end. And that shot, great response. Berg gives it up to Jukic. Darko uses the screen. Nowhere really to go. Finds this big man underneath the basket. He's got plenty of time. Inside out action. Jukic deep 3-point shot. No good. But there to clean up the air ball is King. I don't know if that's called a right place at the right time. 76-73. Back up to a 3-point game for the Bears. That's a tough contested shot. Well, Trey Pulliam gets buckets. He gets trays. And we have a timeout. It's a 1-point game. 5 minutes remaining. You're just tuning in. It was a 9-point game, I believe, at halftime for the Newcastle Eagles. And a big third quarter. Well, it's a timeout. We got 5 minutes remaining in this game. It is a 1-point lead for the home team, the Bakken Bears, 76-75. And, well, the reason they're up right now, they didn't get their first lead since the beginning of the game until that third quarter. They got stops, and stops led to buckets. 21-9, they outscored Newcastle in the third. Right now, pretty even, 12-14 for Newcastle this fourth quarter. So slowly chipping back into it. This is the first of 2 games that they're going to play in the quarterfinals. This is a rematch of last year's quarterfinals as well. Oh, goodness me. How about out of the timeout? You could not have drawn up a better play, Coach Anders Summer. Alley-oop dunk to Jukic. And we're going to have a foul. On the floor. D'Amberville is going to be called for the personal foul. And shot clock will be reset to 14. Ball out of bounds on the sideline for the Eagles. Spin move. Knight kicks it out to Cole. And Cole ties the game for Newcastle. Bird gets it to Jukic. Jukic, what a second half he has had. Gives it up. Bowlin left open. No good. Another offensive rebound. And another trip to the free throw line for Jakub Polakovic. Talk about cleaning up the glass. He has more offensive rebounds than he does defensive. And Newcastle have not figured out how to keep that man. Oh, excuse me, it's Bird to the free throw line. I thought it was Polakovic there underneath the basket. One-point lead as he goes 1-2 from the charity stripe. That pass off the mark. Another turnover. Almost double-digit turnovers for Newcastle in the second half. D'Amberville, his three-point shot is good. And everyone contributing to the scoring output in the second half for the Bakken Bears as Bird trying to get the crowd into it. And no reason why they should not be into it, as we have a timeout called by the Eagles head coach, Mark Studel. Oh, the crowd likes it. The mascot's loving it. Well, he lost his little tappy thing for the drum. Let's see what Coach Studel has drawn up offensively. Is he changing anything defensively? As, again, really points after offensive rebounds has been a lot just in this second half alone, I think. And they come up with a stop. We got just over 3 minutes to play. It is a 2-possession game, a 4-point game, 82-78. The reigning champs. Penetration. King not able to hold on to it, so it's going to go back to the Eagles. And nowhere to go, but draws the foul as Berg, I think he was definitely inside the semicircle. It was also kind of moving still. Didn't have his feet necessarily set. He definitely had his hands up. That's not the question here. But good job staying aggressive is Deshaun Allen-Ikens. And kind of the go-to guy for the Eagles here in this quarter. Attacking the basket aggressively, getting to the free throw line. As his team has kind of gone a little cold from three-point range in this second half. They've shot the ball well overall from the three-point line. Definitely haven't been to the free throw line as much as they did, except for being aggressive, is Allen-Ikens. And that shot, no good. They give it up, gets it back, really nowhere to go. Don't know how they came up with the ball, but they did. And that shot, no good. Bellin now wants to slow things down. And the referee's going to blow his whistle because they need to clean up the floor. And that is why safety of the players. And it wasn't an easy basket opportunity for the Bears, so the referee's smart call by him. Ball's going to be in the front court, though. They still have 19 seconds on the shot clock. 82-79. Defoe checking back into the game for Newcastle. And they get the ball in. King gives it up. Bowlin shot the ball great from three-point range. I was going to say, Polakovic starts to knock down threes in this game. Nothing he cannot do. Jokic with the step back. 84-79, 5-point game. And Defoe coming out, really just checking in for defense. As obviously 2 minutes and under, you can make substitutions at any made basket. So for a little bit more offensive strength, we have Deshaun Allen-Ikens checking back into the game. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. And only the 14th foul. Wasn't a shooting foul. So again, good aggressiveness by Allen-Ikens as he draws another foul in this game. Gives it back, Seneca Knight. And wow! Big time shot, Allen-Ikens. Nice shot fake. Gets the defender off their feet. Little side dribble. Holds his follow through. And it is a timeout by the Bakken Bears. Still have the lead right now. You don't want to lose the game because it's such a close game. But if you can, you definitely want to score if you're the home team to try and give yourself as much of a lead heading into next week's game when these two teams will play each other in the second quarterfinal game. Bakken Bears, Newcastle Eagles. still got a lead. We have a minute and a half to play. More or less 3 possessions, depending on how much time you want to use. And Jukic left open that shot well long. Pushing the tempo. Pulliam, he pulls it back out though. He wants to run the system. Obviously that coach drew up. Trying to get the ball to the hot hand, Alan Aikens. He does. Switching defense. He's going to have to let it go. Gets all the way to the basket, and the game is tied, 84 apiece. 55 seconds remaining. Neither teams have fouls to give. It'll put both teams to the free throw line. King gives it up to Jukic. Jukic now, Darko. Turns it over. Newcastle. Bakken Bears are going to have at least one more possession. We have about a 9-second differential. Shot clock and game clock. A little bit more than 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds. And another turnover. Turnovers by both teams here. Bird gives it up. They're going to hold it for one last shot. We got 8 seconds left to play. Bowlin goes inside. It's an and one. Oh, goodness me. What a game, Jacob Polakovic. You have been tremendous tonight for your team. 4 seconds remaining. It's a 2-point lead. Nice heads-up play. Skylar Bowlin, knowing who the hot hand is. They have had trouble defending that pick and roll all second half. Well, he's missed one free throw in this game. Really doesn't mean much. He's 4 of 5. 11 rebounds, 26 points. Make it 27 points. And no surprise, Coach Mark Stutel is going to call a timeout. He has 4 seconds on the game clock. And it's a 3-point game. And for you basketball fans, so even if this game ends in a tie, the game will be over because they play home and away in the quarterfinals. And it'll be the aggregate score, so the most points at the end of 2 games is going to be the team moving on to the semifinals from this group. And they will play the winners of Dickey Warsaw, who had a big win, a very big win, last week at home. Well, let's see what they have drawn up. Plenty of time to catch, a little bit of penetration. You can make an extra pass as well. Obviously going to go for the tie, I would think, unless an easy 2-point bucket is open. Flare screen, all out of bounds. And Coach Anders Summer has a timeout. So an opportunity to add to this 3-point lead. Plenty of time left for the Bears to get up another shot. And you know what? In my opinion, just run some sort of a play and get the ball to Mr. Jakob Polakovic, as that ball thrown a little bit too far. And it went off the hands of Cole Long. So ball back to the Bears. And turnovers, I thought Newcastle did a great job of taking care of turnovers in the first half. I do think the Bakken Bears picked up their defensive energy, maybe changed their defensive design in the second half, let's say, their game plan, and maybe that frustrated forced the Eagles into some unprovoked turnovers as well. They only had 2 turnovers in the first, if I'm not mistaken, so 10 in the second half for them. It's a 3-possession game, 84, excuse me. One last shot attempt is going to be had for the home team, the team in black. 3.7 seconds remaining. They get it in, fakes the handoff, King, shot, back iron, and that is going to be the end of the game. Here in Denmark, the Bakken Bears, the home team, with a big third quarter, and it was grâce à la troisième quart-temps. Thank you to the third quarter, that they are going to head into the second quarter final game with a slight 3-point lead, as they win Bakken Bears 87 over the Newcastle Eagles 84. And we'll take a quick look at some statistics before we say goodnight. What a performance. Jacob Polakovic averages 11.5 points a game in the regular season. He came up big tonight, 27 points, 11 for 12 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and 11 rebounds, 6 of those offensively. King, stellar as always, 14 points, 9 rebounds. And how about Darko Jukic? Great second half for him, 19 points he finishes with to go along with 9 assists. And for the Newcastle Eagles, Trey Pulliam, 11 points, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Ward Hibbert, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Seneca Knight, 10 points. Defoe, 10 points. And Alan Aikens, 15 points. And that big first half, Christian James finishes with 19 points, 17 of those coming in the first half. So a great defensive effort by the Bears in the second to cool off him. And obviously Cole Long, 11 points as well. Well, there it is. This is the ENBL, and that is the final score here tonight, 87-84 for the Bakken Bears over the number 1 ranked team out of Group A during the regular season, Newcastle Eagles. So a big win in the first leg of this quarterfinals. These two teams will play again next week. I believe it's the 18th. And, well, the Eagles need to win by 4 or more. Bears need to hold on. They have a slight lead heading into that second quarterfinal games. Well, thank you for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your evening. This is playoff basketball, and this is the European North Basketball League. Good night.